Hello and welcome to 7 horrific Domino's Pizza incidents with your host for today's video, the Lord of Terror. Domino's Pizza first launched in June 1960 and began with very humble beginnings as a small pizza store and has grown to now be the second largest pizza chain in the world behind Pizza Hut in over 82 countries with over 260,000 employees. So with so many establishments worldwide, it is only natural that some pretty horrifying incidents will have gone down. And in this video, we'll be going over some of the worst and most extreme of those incidents. Just to quickly mention that this list is in no particular order, and due to nature of some of these incidents, viewer discretion is advised. Number 7. Domino's driver stabs customer after an unacceptable tip. You know that awkward moment where you're not quite sure how much to tip the delivery driver? Perhaps you end up tipping too much and regret it. Tip too little. And there is that awkward moment where the delivery driver says something along the lines of, "Oh, no big deal. Who needs a tip? Yeah, I only have 2 kids to feed, but no problem. Who needs tips, right?" To which you nod your head and take your pizza and watch from the darkness of your living room through the blinds as they drive off. Normally nothing but sheer awkwardness arises from a tip being too low, but not in this case in question.
You've heard the saying before, the customer is always right. Well, when one customer started arguing with the Domino's pizza delivery man, that delivery man got angry and decided to take a slice out of the customer. Yeah, pretty serious stuff here we're talking about. 31-year-old Domino's employee Michael Charles Parker.
Here we have a case of a Domino's delivery driver turning up late for a delivery, being reprimanded by the customer, and then being tipped a rather small amount, $3 to be precise, on a $45 order. This Domino's pizza delivery driver then refused to leave the premises. An argument then broke out before the Domino's delivery driver then pulled out a knife and stabbed the customer in his ribs and neck before driving away from the scene, back to his workplace.
Well, the customer did survive, thankfully. Parker drove back to his Domino's restaurant while paramedics treated the customer and delivered him to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Officers later showed up at the Domino's restaurant and arrested Parker for assault with a deadly weapon. He bailed himself out of jail earlier today on $30,000.
Number 6. 17-year-old rapes and kidnaps Domino's delivery driver. This is a very shocking and disturbing incident that took place in February 2015, where a 22-year-old female Domino's pizza delivery driver was delivering a pizza in Antioch, California. As the Domino's delivery driver was entering a driveway to deliver a pizza, 17-year-old Darian Miles approached her with a gun in his hand and told her to get back into the car. He then at gunpoint forced her to drive to a secluded location, where he then proceeded to rape her inside her own car. Miles was wearing a GPS police tag due to an incident he had been involved in the previous year, and was not even supposed to be in the area in question during this incident. Miles then demanded that the victim then drive him home before he let her free. This is where she then phoned the police. The trial has recently come to an end, with Miles pleading guilty to 6 charges, including kidnapping, rape, sodomy, forcible oral copulation, and robbery. Miles has been sentenced to 38 years in prison. Number 5. Man assaults Domino's driver for restaurant being closed. In February 2017 in Sydney, Australia, at around 12:15 a.m., a shirtless man wanted some late-night pizza. When the man arrived at the Domino's pizza chain and found out the kitchen was closed, he flipped out completely. He originally went into the kitchen to make a complaint. After this, he was later ushered out of the restaurant. And as you can see from the footage, he continues arguing with the Domino's employee outside, in front of the restaurant. The argument then turns physical, with the man grabbing the employee by the throat completely out of nowhere and landing some punches on the employee, eventually knocking him to the floor. When another employee rushes outside to help his colleague, the man then turns his aggressive sights on him, rushing over to him and attacking him in similar fashion. The man then ran from the store and was arrested 5 minutes after this incident, and the trial continues. Number 4. Hackers demand €30,000 in return for stolen email addresses and passwords. In June 2014, a group of hackers gained access to over 650,000 customer emails and password combinations through hacking the poorly encrypted and protected Domino's database. The hacking group known as Rex Mundi threatened to go public with emails and passwords by 8 p.m. the following day if the ransom of €30,000 was not met by Domino's. Domino's refused to pay the ransom, and the information was subsequently leaked online. It is believed that no banking information was leaked in the online attack, only emails and passwords. Number 3. Domino's store manager, beaten with metal bar during robbery. In this shocking incident that took place in a Domino's Pizza in Arizona in March 2015, it involves a man casually walking into the Domino's chain a little after 10 p.m., brandishing a metal rod. Present in the store at the time was the manager and an employee. The employee runs out of the restaurant to phone police, leaving the manager to deal with the attacker. In this video, the suspect is seen around 10:30 p.m., demanding Thompson to give him cash. They exchange words before the manager points and walks towards a safe. He is then hit over the head with the metal bar by the man as he's trying to unlock the safe. First thing he says is, "Give me your money. Give me your cash." I told him the safe time was delayed. He says, "You're lying." I bent down to do it, and that is when he popped me on the head, said Thompson. After not finding much cash in the safe, the manager then offered the criminal the money from the cash registers. The criminal then dumped the cash into a bag and ran out of the store. He has still not been caught to this day. Number 2. Hard-working father of 4, murdered while delivering pizza. Hard-working father of 4, Naleb Mased, 63, a Jordanian immigrant who worked over 80 hours a week for 15 years at Domino's to support his family, was delivering a Domino's order to the district of the Summit apartment building in Birmingham, Alabama, late one night. But when he got there, the apartment was vacant. He was then attacked and murdered in cold blood in what was believed to be a fake order in part of a premeditated robbery to steal the delivery driver's money and food. His body was found in a hallway, having died of blunt force trauma to the head. The owner of the Domino's chain in which he worked said it was likely that Mased had no more than $20 on his person at the time of the attack. Mased was buried on Christmas Day, and the internet came rushing in to help and support the family by raising over $65,000 to help cover funeral and other expenses for the family. The murderer has not been caught and is still at large somewhere out there in the world. A tragic and sad story of when bad things happen to very good people. Number 1. Killers take a break from kidnapping and murder to order Domino's. Savas Savopoulos, the 46-year-old head of American Ironworks Inc., his wife Amy, 47, and their 10-year-old son Philip, and their housekeeper, Viralicia Figueroa, 57, were found dead after a mystery blaze engulfed their $4.5 million property.
So what we know right now is we were notified by the fire department that when they responded for the fire, as you heard around 1:30 this afternoon, that they did find 4 deceased persons inside of the home. Once we arrived on the scene, trying to look at all of the factors involved here, we still have not gone through the extensive evidence collection process. So not a lot of information at this point, but right now, no obvious signs of forced entry, although the nature and origin of the fire is very suspicious.
It later emerged that at least 2 other people visited the home of the Savopoulos as they were being held captive, a pizza delivery man from Domino's and Savopoulos' assistant. The assistant, who has not been named, dropped off a $40,000 package to his boss's home as the family members were being held captive inside. Gutierrez, another housekeeper working for the family, said that Mr. Savopoulos needed the cash for one of his other business ventures, the opening of a martial arts center in Chantilly, Virginia. It is not known if the employee was aware of what it contained, and records show he was in Virginia when the blaze was started. By the time firefighters arrived at the house on Thursday afternoon, the package and the couple's blue Porsche had vanished. The car was found in a Maryland parking lot later that afternoon. In a chilling new twist, it was later revealed that the killers ordered pizza to be delivered to the nearby Domino's while they were holding the 4 captive in upscale Woodlawn Drive. Members of staff at the Wisconsin Avenue branch 2 miles away confirmed that they took the order and dispatched the food. The precise time of the delivery is still not known. The killers are yet to be caught, and the case is still open. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if anything crazy or unexpected has ever happened in a pizza place near you. If not, let me know your favourite pizza topping of choice. Thanks again, and subscribe for more real-life horror.